Short week today. I mean, for our American friends. I don't know about other people in the world, whether they have some days off this week or not. Happy holidays to those who celebrate. Happy Yule. Happy winter solstice. We made it through the shortest day of the year. Holy shit, yesterday. It was yesterday for me. Wow. This weekend was absolutely, I don't even know. It was a super windy day yesterday. And do you guys ever feel like the emotions affect you? I mean, the Freudian slip. The weather affects your emotions. And I'm not just talking about like seasonal depression and everything with the, getting less sunlight, and that means you have less vitamin D, and then you get... No, I mean like if it's really windy outside, you feel like you have a very tumultuous day. Things are all over the place. So it's been really windy. And that's the kind of day I had yesterday. And so my stream topic for today is playing with fire. This weekend I played with some fire. I played with some fire for real. A windy Marissa. Hi, Refly. I hope you had a fantastic weekend, Refly. I'm gonna pour some tea. My tea is ready. Look at it. It's a nice golden color. This is pu'er tea. Very fancy. So we're gonna pour it. Wee! Don't spill. Oh yeah, tea pouring master. This weekend was crunch weekend. Ooh, crunch time. I hope you crunched out everything you needed to crunch. Yesterday I reported from 6:20 in the morning, nonstop until 10 p.m. on reports. Ooh, you should be proud of me, Refly. You know why? Because Americans don't use military time, but I know military time because I lived in Brazil and they use it there too. Not to brag or anything. Not to brag. I mean, I don't have my phone on. Actually, I was thinking about shifting my phone to military time. That's what you call it here, by the way. Because it is actually pretty useful. Because you don't even need AM or PM. You just automatically know what time it is. But then you have to like convert it in your mind. You know what I mean? Like we don't say it's 22 o'clock. We say, what? Okay, here's a question for you. Why do we not say 22 o'clock? Why do we have to do it twice? Refly said most Americans don't know there's 24 hours in a day. Listen, Refly, you take that back. I don't like this hostility that you're coming at me with. Oh, Americans are not as stupid as you think they are. I mean, some of them definitely are. Some of them are, for sure. It's hard. You have to convert it. You have to do math in your head. It's so unnecessary. Like, just say PM or AM. Just say, then it gets tricky when you say like 12 PM. You're like, wait a minute. Is that the night? Is that midnight or is that? So usually you could just say midnight or noon. Time is weird. Time isn't real, honestly. Time isn't real. Anyway, I hope you had a crunch-tastic weekend. But damn, I'm sorry about that. This weekend, fire weekend. I had I did my meditation as usual last night. And if Dom comes today, I'll be sure to let him know as well. I always love talking to him about my meditations. But I had my candle right, which is a wood wick candle, and it was burning so intensely. And I was in the bath, right? And I think I just accidentally made it too hot because literally, like, I could see the steam coming up. And then I lifted my leg out of the bath and I could see the steam coming off of my leg. And I was like, okay, maybe we're cooking ourselves here. Maybe we're Maybe we're going a little bit too much. I don't know, like wintertime, I'm just like, fire. I'm like, embrace the fire. Bring me more fire. Because I'm cold. My hands and my feet are cold all the time. And you know what? That's a symptom of iron deficiency, which we're trying to remedy that. It could be a symptom of many different things, but I'm concluding that it's probably due to my anemia. Anyway, so we literally almost boiled alive, so that was fun. And then it's all just, everything connects. Everything connects. So this weekend I played with fire. I really did. I had a friend that I know her personality, and I know that she is fire. Her personality is very fiery, and when you upset her, she will unleash the fire hose on you. I'm talking like 5 pages of like just like screaming into the text message. So I played with fire. I made a huge mistake. Yep, I made a mistake. What? Me? Making a mistake? No way. I know. I made a mistake, a huge mistake. I shared some information that I shouldn't have. I shared some information that I shouldn't have with my friend who has a fiery personality. And it caused her to then go off on somebody else, another one of my friends. 2 best friends. I caused my 2 best friends to fight. Was that wise? No. Do I regret it? A little. Luckily it worked out in the end, but there's a high probability that they will get together and meet and discuss, wait, whose fault is it? And then they'll be like, you started this. And they'll point back at me and be like, oh shit. It's tempting. It's tempting to reach over and feel the warmth of the fire and kind of feel the sparks on your hands and be like, ooh, that's kind of tingly. I like that. I need some more energy. I need some more it's exciting. It's invigorating. It's we invited those 2 friends to the chat. Say hello. Yeah, I don't care if they hear me talk about it, honestly. I mean, a confrontation is bound to happen, and I'm trying to prepare myself for that. You know, I made my bed and I need to lie in it. So I'm just waiting around for that to happen. But yeah, so we did unleash the friend. And so my question of the day is, do you know anyone? Let's see. Question of the day. I feel like I'm losing the ability to type. I don't really type that much anymore since I don't write stupid ass emails anymore. So honestly, I think that regression is not a regression, it's a progression. I would like us to lose our ability to interface with technology. I think that'd be great, actually. Okay, do you know anyone with a fiery personality? If so, have you gone too far with them? What's the question I'm trying to ask? Have you gone too far with them? Yeah. All the philosophers in the chat are going to be really mad at me for not clarifying. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You can assume whatever what you want that to mean. That's what it means, and that's what we're providing here. We're providing subjective experience for all of you. Wait a minute, that's... Okay. I need to adjust my, my display capture. 1 second. Okay. And I'm not going to play the music on this one because the music is not good. Unfortunately, it's not as good as the other game. But I wanted to play this one because you can make sushi. So we're going to make sushi. Oop. Okay. We got this. We could figure this out. I'm going to squish it just a little bit. We're going to squeeze. Now that is just annoying. Okay. My overlay is not the right size. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, okay. Is it better to have 2 weird lines? It's not perfect. And you know what? Playing with perfection is playing with fire. So, touche. Typing of the Dead stream when? Wait, what is Typing of the Dead? Ignore my typing skills. The player takes the role of his... Oh, no. Refly. No. Unfortunately, I cannot. Wait, is this to teach people to type? Or is it just like, what? Typing of the Dead. Yes, you have to... Humor, difficulty, and originality. Wow, interesting. Interesting. So you need to type as fast as you can. The required word, sentence, or phrase is displayed in a box that appears with the enemy. The phrase's length and complexity increase. Oh my god. You really want to see myself challenge myself, don't you? Maybe. Maybe. We should. I mean, I'm all about embracing the challenge on this channel. But holy shit. I'm also not really about... I mean, sometimes I am. About making an absolute ass out of myself. I'm okay with it sometimes, but not all the time. Okay, this is bothering me. I'm going to compress it just again. One more time. We're going to compress a little bit more. Anyway, well, I hope your projects are done. I hope you have a relief, slight relief from finishing. That it's not crunch time anymore. I've gone through periods of crunch before in my life. Crunchy times. Yeah, I use OBS. Why do you ask? Can you tell? Why not simply use a window capture? Because, okay. I do. Refly, I know. I do that for regular games. But for some reason with these games that, with older games and with games that require an emulator, they have a really hard time with window capture. They'll like stretch out in weird ways. I don't know. So that's why I use display capture. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, we're gonna make sushi. Let's play. Oh wait, I got all the... Let's pretend like we didn't get any of the levels. Okay, we're just gonna play random levels. It'll be fine. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Oh wait, I forgot. Okay, I need to egg. I think sushi is one of my favorite levels in this game because it's a lot of clicking multiple times, which I enjoy. It's very simple. It's not too complex. The burger one is my least favorite because there's oh no, actually the clothing one is my least favorite. Green fish. You haven't seen green tobiko before? At my local Asian market, they have it. I wonder if they like what they used to dye it with. I don't know. Oh my god, everybody wants eggs. Damn. Okay. Wait, he knows what he wants? That is rare. Okay. This character's supposed to not know what he wants. I guess he knows now. He's figured it out. He's found his desire. Oh no, he just took my money! How dare you! Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna start over. Screw that. The audacity. He took my money right in front of me. I was literally staring at him as he took the money. Oh, by the way, we have a fresh supply of memes today. Buddhist memes. So, there's that. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a gingerbread house decorating Christmas stream. Woohoo! Capitalist Christmas stream. So we're doing, gingerbread house that I got from Costco. Is it wasteful? Absolutely. And I apologize for that. There's this little voice in the back of my head that always kicks the shit out of myself for buying things that have plastic in it. And I know there's climate issues, and I know that we need to purchase as less amount. You know what? My language is regressing, and that's fine. I don't care. The least amount of plastic that you should. Like, don't buy plastic. Don't buy plastic. And I do. I don't buy plastic bags at the grocery store. I always get the paper ones. I try not to get things that are wrapped in plastic. I always get my produce and I just like put it in the cart raw, to no bag. Because what do you need a bag around for? You know what I mean? You put the produce in the bag, right? And you put it and then you take it out of the bag to put it in the fridge. So the bag was just there for like 2 seconds, and that's all you used it for. Yeah, raw cart. Raw vegetables in the raw cart. Yeah, so I get it. I know I'm trying. I bought compostable bags to clean Toby's litter box. This is not me like going like this. It's more of like, I don't know, expressing my regret at buying something with a lot of plastic. But like, I want to do a gingerbread house. I don't want to make it from scratch. I try to make a bunch of things from scratch, but gingerbread is like one of those things. If you ever watched the Great British Baking Show, it is incredibly hard to get right. Like the texture, where it's like sturdy, not too soft, and it'll hold up together. And then not only that, but also constructing the house. So at the end of the day, I was lazy. So I got it from Costco. I'm sorry. I will allow myself one wasteful purchase every year. And next year, we're going to put all of our waste in a mason jar. See if can we do it? No, I honestly don't know how those people survive. The mason jar people, the ones that put all their trash in one mason jar. Ideally, I'd like to get to that point, but I mean, it's just not realistic with the kind of society we're in right now. I don't have a new glass spotted on stream. Yeah, we need to have more stores with bulk items. You know, bulk, like shampoo, conditioner, soap, grains, everything. Where it's like bring your own container. You know, if we had a store like that, I'd shop there. I would. But unfortunately, where I live, we don't really. So all we can do is try our best. You know what I mean? We can try our best, and we can make little changes where we can. And so that's me trying to do my part. I mean, there's people who go to the store and they fucking wrap every fucking thing in plastic bags. And like they'll double bag it and they'll double. And listen, I'm not trying to judge those people. But you know, like I'm over here beating myself up for buying one thing with a little bit of plastic, whereas other people and like massive corporations, right, are using an ungodly amount of plastic. Not saying that justifies my actions, but it's nice to put things into perspective. Right. You have to pay for bags here. Yeah, that's how a lot of the world is. Same thing in China. China's been doing really well with getting rid of plastic bags. Basically every store, and they've started like offering reusable bags instead, which I love. I love those policies. I wish that, I know like in California and probably like Oregon and stuff, they've got policies like that, but not in Utah. Utah tends to be a bit more conservative, and the more conservative states tend to not implement those kind of policies, unfortunately. But all we can do is try our best. It doesn't help to beat yourself up over just trying your best. So that was a weird tangent. What was I explaining with that? Oh, do not steal my money, sir. Oh, the gingerbread house. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be decorating a gingerbread house. Feel free to come by. It's going to be fun. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, we won't obviously have a stream. And then Friday we might. I'm not sure yet. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, does anybody have any opinions about fire? Have you here's another good question. Have you noticed, because a couple weekends ago I noticed my capability for fire in my personality, and it was something I almost didn't recognize. I was kind of surprised with myself. My ability, it kind of goes along the lines of anger, you know? Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to make it so you can redeem that multiple times. Oh well. I'm gonna go in and do that later. Anyway, the experience of anger is so interesting. Like, last Saturday I was probably the most angry I've ever felt in my entire life, like genuinely. And I felt this like intense like fire, literally fire in my core, rage, where if some, like, I was so close to going over the edge and like absolutely exploding, and in an unrelenting way. Oh no, he's upset. Don't get mad. This guy's gonna explode on me. He's fine. What the hell happened? Oh, well, I think I mentioned it earlier, actually, or on a different stream. I got into a massive fight with my husband. If you're married, you know. If you know, you know. Yeah. I was talking the other day about how we were literally like fire and ice. And that's great because we challenge each other. But it's also interesting because when we fight, it is the most explosive you could possibly get. And so, without going too we're not going to delve too much into the details because that's not necessary. But because we don't want to have Marissa therapy hour or anything. I've gotten over it. But like, fire. So it's not always good to unleash fire, because once you start to unleash it, you can't really stop it. You can't contain it. It will consume everything. And that's the thing I noticed about when I was in the bath meditating, and I had my candle, right? the really intense candle. I'll have to show you what it looks like. It literally is like... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We have the fire. We've acquired the fire. Hi, Eris. Hello. Okay. Ready for this? Fire. Fire! Wait. There it is. When I tell you this is like the epitome of fire, okay? If you could see it, it's like sparking up. This is not your average normal candle. It's like, it is. Okay, see if you can listen. I don't want to burn my microphone, but here, I'm gonna turn the music off so you can listen. I don't know if you can hear it. But anyway, it's like sizzle. And so I was noticing when I was in the bath and this was burning. I had 2 candles burning. I had the door closed, by the way. I noticed myself slowly starting to suffocate, right? Slowly starting to suffocate. Because what does fire do? Fire consumes all the oxygen. It consumes everything in its path. And it's very difficult to put out. I mean, if you see footage of forest fires or, you know, house fires, or because once it gets started, it is really difficult to put out, and it will create a lot of smoke too, which is very damaging as well. So it's not a force to be reckoned with. And so similarly, when I unleashed my friend's rage onto my other friend, she was unrelenting. I looked at the message, because she showed me the message she sent to my other friend. I was scrolling through that message and I was like horrified by what she said. Imagine the angriest you've ever felt, and imagine everything you would ever want to say to a person when you're angry, and saying it, no filter, nothing, all of it. That's what she did. And that's just what kind of person she is. Sorry, my laundry's in the background. It's kind of loud. Eris said, I could suck oxygen faster than fire, so I could put them out fast. Okay. So I'll call you next time. I'll let you take the full force, the fire hose. Well, that's water, but you know what I mean. I'll let you take it. And Marissa told me you don't like my funeral potatoes. Sure, that's what I said. You should move to California. You should not move to California for many reasons, Eris. I mean, you could do whatever you want. That's okay. But I would not advise that. I would not advise. Okay, we're going to blow it out and see how much smoke comes out. And try not to breathe it in. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. You're right. Actually, you would be very useful. Okay. You see all that smoke? Woo! Oh, no. Don't breathe it in. Here, you take it. Here, suck it away. Suck it away. Can you do smoke too? Well, that wouldn't be very good for your lungs, though. Don't do that. Anyway, so I have regrets. I think that maybe this is more common among, nice, I like that gif. This might be a thing that's more common among, women. But again, I don't know, I'm not going to assume. But often we get into these little fights about he said, she said. And I think it's best at the end of the day not to get involved. And sometimes you might be tempted to reveal certain information that might be helpful. And you might think you're being helpful by confirming. So basically what happened is my friend, she was telling me, I think this other friend thinks this about me. I think she's talking behind my back. And what I did is I confirmed that. And I said, yes, she is. Because she told me, last time we were together, she told me this bit of information about you. Should I have said that? Probably not. I said it though because I wanted to make her feel like she wasn't crazy. Because she often feels like she's crazy. I don't think she is. I think everybody misjudges her. But I played with fire and I unleashed it. And now I have to deal with the consequences. And sometimes, if you have a house fire, if you have a forest fire, you have to deal with all the smoke and the ashes and the absolute rampage that's left behind. You have to clean up. The cleanup takes a lot of effort. And things will never be the same afterwards. You can have new things grow. So it sounds like my two friends resolved the conflict, luckily. And so new things, grass and wildflowers and everything started growing out of the ashes. But not always. What kind of fire is it if it burns when I pee? Maybe according to traditional Chinese medicine, that has some sort of explanation for you. I thought about becoming a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, like studying from my mother-in-law, but then again, I would have to spend more time with my mother-in-law. I love her. But I don't know if I would have my career be with her, if you know what I mean. 2026, we're going to talk less about people. We're going to talk more about the plans we have and the things we want to do and the things that interest us. I'm starting to lose interest in talking about people and what they're about, because it usually ends up getting way too messy. Anyway, fire. Is there something else I wanted to say about that? Let me think. If anybody has any anecdotes or any stories about fire, let me know. I did have something else. Okay, let me think about it. Gotta remember. This might have been the exact same level I just barely did. That's fine. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, I posted something in the Discord about anticipation. Anticipation is another one of those emotions that has to do with fire, I feel like. Because it's like you are... It's one of those emotions that has to do with vitality. Vitality building within you. You're working towards something. You're waiting for something. It usually leads to a release afterwards. But is anticipation any better than anger? Like full-throttled anger. I experienced some of the consequences of anticipation this weekend. Because I had, everybody's getting angry at me. No, don't get angry. Okay, you know what? Screw that. quit. No, we're gonna start over. We're gonna try again. Anticipation, exactly. What do you guys think? Because here's what I posted. I posted that the desire and pursuit of a thing or experience is often much more enjoyable than the thing itself. I was in a really cool stream, I think it was on Saturday, with Ivan NEO, which really cool guy, by the way. I didn't know he was streaming, which I was pissed he didn't tell me. Anyways, we were also talking about feeling good about our accomplishments and how he doesn't really feel. And so I feel that way as well about my accomplishments. I feel like the anticipation of an accomplishment is much more enjoyable than the accomplishment itself. Is it better to, but sometimes that, I think it leads to kind of a disappointment when you reach the accomplishment, because you're like, wait, I was getting so hyped for something and it didn't turn out to what I wanted it to be. So that can create suffering in its own. I experienced suffering this weekend because I anticipated something very intensely and it didn't pay off, and then I experienced like regret and like, I just wasted all that energy on anticipating something. I guess it just depends on what you want, right? What do you want? Do you want a roller coaster of emotions? Do you want fluctuation? Or do you want consistency? I mean, if you want to experience the highs, then you have to be ready to experience the lows. Sometimes when you're in the midst of the lows, you're like, fuck, this sucks. But then when you experience the highs, you're like, actually, I love this. Actually, I want to do this all the time. Actually, it was all worth it. And then you just go through this endless cycle of suffering and non-suffering, and enjoying life and not enjoying life. And some people like that. Personally, I think I'm one of those people. Some people don't. Some people don't want that kind of existence, and I don't blame them. Oh my God, they're getting upset. Wait, I can give him this. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're gonna satiate everybody with sweets. Okay, there. Take it. Refly said, fear of missing out is also dangerous for some people. Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, absolutely. Oh, I suffer from FOMO all the time. I hate FOMO. That's like one of the worst. Yeah, that's kind of what it was, honestly. Time to add. Fear of missing out and the thrill of the hunt to the commandments for atheists. Sounds good. I wouldn't personally call myself an atheist, but sure, the atheist can follow it too. Atheist is kind of a loaded term in my opinion. I don't know, do you have nuance in atheism? I'm not sure. Maybe there's like atheists with a capital A, and then there's just atheists. It's only loaded in the US and the Middle East. Yeah, I suppose. So it's not in Europe then? Interesting. I guess that makes sense. To me, it's loaded in the sense of you're expected to be one way. I think about capital A atheists, and I think of science only. I think of getting really upset when people talk about religion. I've had capital A atheists around me before, and I talk about if I even delve into the topic of religion, they get upset. And so I know that not all atheists. I know not all atheists are like that. But I don't like being put into categories. I don't like being put into boxes. Because then it makes people assume things about me. And they can't assume anything about me, and they don't know me. I just have this insatiable desire to be special. Wait, have you guys seen... Hello! The Run Games, welcome. How's it going? Have you guys seen... I saw this movie this weekend. It's called Zero Theorem. The Zero Theorem. Yeah. By the guy who did the movie Brazil, which I haven't seen the movie Brazil, but I heard a lot of people love that movie. So we watched this because it was on Amazon Prime. It was good. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like it, but 49% on Rotten Tomatoes. Anyway, it's about so it's written by or directed by Terry Gilliam. What a cast! I know. Yes, they've got Tilda Swinton, Matt Damon, Christopher Waltz, David Thewlis, who's from Harry Potter. That's all I know him from. I like his character in this too. But it's basically about this one. So the protagonist is. I'm not good at explaining movies. Let's just go to the Wikipedia, shall we? Cyberpunk future of the mid-21st century. Cohen Leth, an eccentric and reclusive programmer who refers to himself in the plural, works crunching entities for the So he's doing research for a massive corporation, trying to solve something called the Zero Theorem. And it was made in the 2010s, but it's interesting because it predicted a lot of, it just like predicted the vibe of what these days would be like with like just incessant advertisements everywhere. And it was fantastic because we were watching it on Amazon Prime, and I guess we don't have Amazon Premium Prime, so we have to watch freaking ads in the middle of our freaking video. It was almost like part of the experience. Like in the very beginning of the movie, the protagonist steps outside, and it's like he has advertisements following him the whole way he's walking through. And this is a very whimsical movie. When I tell you, I mean the colorful, whimsical. But if you also enjoy looking at beautiful women, then it has that as well. Yep, it has that as well. It is rated R, just so you know. So keep that in mind. There is some, somebody who grew up in a family where we were not allowed to watch rated R movies. There's kind of a taboo around them. So just keep in mind what that brings. Hot women are cool as heck. No, literally. Yes. Yes. Okay, so has a very, very hot woman in this, in a nurse outfit. Anyway, so he steps outside. He's followed by advertisements, and it's so funny because it played the scene where that was happening, and then all of a sudden there was an ad, a real ad, and we're like, wait, was this part of the movie? For a second we were like thinking, like, wait, is this part of the movie or what? It wasn't. It's about life. It's about finding one's purpose. It's about finding the meaning. So that's what this protagonist is looking for. He's looking for his calling, his purpose. What to do, why does he exist, and he's doing that amongst all of his work that he has to do. Crunching numbers and like in this tiny little cubicle and like the rat race. There's a lot of like remarks about him being in a rat race. So anyway, if you like really weird movies, like really, really, really weird movies, you might like this one. But where was I going with this? I can't remember. I had a point. I can't remember, you guys. Damn it. Reflex said you pay for Prime and you still get ads? I know, make it make sense. What? Why do I pay for Prime and I still get ads in the middle of my freaking movie? I don't know. I guess I pay for the poor people Prime. We canceled our Netflix subscription because I was like, Netflix does not own my entertainment. I got pissed about Netflix acquiring, oh, that's my laundry. Okay, wait 1 second. I'm gonna put my laundry in the dryer. Poor people Prime. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Okay, we're back. Thank you for your patience. And this very manic Monday. We're having a manic Monday today. So I think my point with discussing this movie was it's a movie for atheists. Atheist movie. But also I relate a lot to the protagonist. I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but my entire adult life so far has been a lot of searching for meaning and purpose after leaving the Mormon church, and like philosophy's cool and everything, and that's why I love having this channel, right? Is we do some deep dives on different philosophers. We haven't, after I read Nietzsche, I was like, I need a break. Like, I need a break from this hardcore philosophy stuff, like, for real. Like, oh boy. We're gonna get back into it eventually. Once I feel mentally prepared. But that's the one downside about academic philosophy, or just philosophy in general, is that you are constantly searching for and working towards an almost unsolvable question. I mean, it basically is. It's an unsolvable question. I mean, maybe some people think they've solved it, but in my opinion, it's unsolvable. And you kind of go through these cycles, right? Of like, you work up towards something, an answer that might be, ooh, okay, this sounds interesting. Oh, this might be... And then you're like, oh shit, wait, what about this? This immediately disproves this that I thought about. Or you might be working towards an explanation, but then you realize it doesn't, like, it placates you a little bit, but there is no answer. There is no the answer. And sometimes that's really frustrating. But yeah, Refly, Refly, like what you're saying, the thrill of the hunt, I think that's what it's all about. It's just sometimes hard to stay in that when you really are needing an answer. You're like, please just give me an answer. Like, I need it, please. I'm tired of looking. Like, yes, I'm trying to enjoy the journey, not the destination, but God, I'm tired. Ruthless said, a movie for atheists with hot women in it. This triggers my fear of missing out and the thrill of the hunt. Try it out. If you're open-minded. I can't promise you're going to enjoy it. I mean, if you look at the ratings, it's likely that you won't. And, but you've seen Brazil. Oh, okay. People say that this pays an homage. It's like paying an homage to Brazil. I haven't seen that movie. I don't know anything about it, but a lot of people mention that movie in reference to this. So you may enjoy it. But yeah. Okay, there was more information I wanted to say about that, but I forgot. Distraction. You know, amongst all of it, there is one thing that keeps us content, and that is distraction. All reliable. Sometimes you'll get in the depths of your existential despair, and then there'll be a hot woman. And sometimes that's all you need. Or there'll be some tasty food, and you're like, damn, that's some tasty food. And then you'll forget all about your problems and searching for an answerless question. Oh, he's so mad. They're both mad. Okay. Here you go, sir. Eat this. Feel better. Here, I'm just distracting him. I'm placating him. Even better. Tasty food served by hot women. We're delving into some dangerous territory with that comment replying. No comment. Anyway. Oh, dang it. I didn't reach my... That's okay. I think I'm going to try something else. I'm going to go back to the cake. Back to the basics, shall we? Let's play. Don't ask about this. I've tried this day over and over and over. And to no avail. Excuse me. It's nice I like watching movies like the one I mentioned, because it's nice to know that other people out there have the same thoughts as you, the same thought process. And movies are often better able to communicate those ideas better than other media, because it involves a nonverbal aspect to it. I mean, books are cool and we love books, but also they are limited in what they can cause you to feel. What? Oh crap. Oh crap. Wait a minute. I need this. Even better, tasty food cooked by hot women, served by hot women while being accompanied with hot women. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have hot women around at all times. Aha, he wants my cake. There you go. As long as the woman is okay with being objectified. I don't know. As a woman, it's interesting. I have times where I actually enjoy being objectified. I'm not afraid to admit it. I like it. I mean, I showed you guys that picture of me in that dress, and I was like, damn, I'm serving cunt. And I was like, I wanted that night. I was like, I would like to be objectified. And yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As long as that's something you want. Define objectified. Meaning like people only see you for your external appearance. That's what I mean by objectified. People don't consider your personality or anything else about you. They just consider your physical attributes. And that's a very loaded term. And I don't think, but the thing is, I don't think it takes away from any of the, it's hard. I don't know. It's a really hard topic. Because I don't want it to take away from any of the progress women have made in getting ourselves to be accepted in society. But, I don't know, it's like the final step. It's like reclaiming. It's like people reclaiming their identity or their freedom. That's the way I see it, at least. Other women might not agree with me, and that's okay. Not everybody's the same. By the way, we made a potion earlier. It was anticipation, humor, and anger. Shall we make the potion? I think we shall. Okay, anticipation, humor, and anger. Okay, hold on. Let me look and see if we've made that one yet. Anticipation, joy, and anger. Anticipation. We have not. Okay, awesome. We have made potion number 70. What does that look like? Potion number 70. It's a potion of dominate person. I mean, I think that's fitting because, like we were talking about, unleashing fire. It kind of causes a person to absolutely take control and dominate. That's what my friend did. And that's what I want to do when I unleash my anger. Is just completely dominate somebody else. Okay. Oh, this one's a nice purple color. I love it. Okay. Oh, and I forgot that to adjust my display capture. Whoops. Okay. We'll do that in a second. Let me first. Potion of dominate person here. Ah, beautiful. I like it. It's very nice. I'll put it next to my face. Put it right up here. There. Okay, I'm gonna change this to that. Yep. Energy meter is decreased. Oh no! And we didn't get our superstar goal. Let me start over. We're gonna try again. I'd like to try again. Anticipation. Oh, yeah. So we were talking earlier about anticipation being one hell of a drug. I think what I meant was that with that was I have these two. So a lot of my suffering this weekend was self-generated. I mean, and that's another question. Would you rather have suffering that's self-originated or externally originated? Personally, I think I'd rather have self-generated suffering. To be on, well, actually, it depends. That's a very philosophical answer. It depends. When I'm experiencing external suffering, I would rather have internal suffering. And when I'm experiencing internal suffering, I'd rather have external suffering. I'd rather always have one or the other. The opposite one of what I'm experiencing. But anyway, I create my own problems like 90% of the time. And so the problem I created this weekend was I have these two people that are in my community that I really want their attention. I really want their attention, and I really want their friendship. And I don't know if you've ever experienced like feeling really drawn to people, like just like I don't even know, like I've never felt this drawn to people before in my life. I feel so pulled to them. I'm like, I need you to like me so bad. You don't know. I need you to like me. So I went to a party on Friday, and I really wanted them to pay attention to me. I wanted them to be there. I wanted them to be there so they could pay attention to me and see how awesome I am. See how awesome I am. I brought the dumplings, and I was like, yeah, I made some fire dumplings. I want them to see my cooking abilities and see how awesome I am. I arrived there. Everybody loved my dumplings. The people I wanted to be there were not there. I waited for 2 hours. Never showed up. And despite everybody coming up and complimenting me and saying, wow, these are amazing, none of it mattered. Not a single thing. I took it in and I went out the door. Because it wasn't what I wanted. And so I think that anticipation can be a very selfish thing. And it can often cloud your experience. It can distract you from what's really important if you let it. Well, it's interesting, right? Like I want validation and attention from specific people. And it's not that I want validation and attention in general. Because when I get that from other people, it doesn't matter. It carries no weight. I take that and nope. And unfortunately, I think it caused me to not pay enough attention to the people that actually wanted to spend time with me and actually wanted to get to know me. And so I left the party and I came home and I started crying really hard. Because I had worked so hard that afternoon with all this anticipation of what was going to happen. I was just sure it was going to go this way and everything was going to be great. And I was going to receive the validation I needed. It didn't go that way. And so therefore I suffered. And in my wonderful fashion, we didn't learn from our mistake, and so it happened again. It happened again. I went to church on Sunday, and I expected those two people to be there. Hello, Ivan. Oh my gosh, hi, Ivan. You guys, I was at Ivan's stream on Saturday. It was so awesome. You should have told me that you streamed. You did not tell me. How dare you? You guys, if you are interested in learning about rationalism, which is a concept a little bit unfamiliar to me, but Ivan explains it very well. Ivan's streams are a lot of, I think, deep dives into. So he has like a physics background, very science and technology themes. Really cool. Really nice discussion too. So I had a blast. I wish I would have known earlier. Cheers. So right now we're talking about anticipation. Reply, Bezos and Musk didn't show the... No! Those are the last two people I'd want to show up at the party. Absolutely not. Oh my god. No. Although I guess if we did a thought experiment, maybe I would anticipate, if I ever did have the opportunity to meet Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk at a party, you know what? I actually would have very high anticipation levels. Maybe not the same way, because the two people I was talking about earlier, I wanted their validation. Do I want the validation? No, I do not. I want something very different from Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. But it would be the same, wouldn't it? I would expect, because they hold a lot of weight, I guess, importance, which they shouldn't. They shouldn't matter. If I really don't like them, which I don't like them. So they shouldn't matter. Then I wouldn't have any anticipation. Anyway, so going back to my self-generated suffering. Anybody else like to generate their own suffering? Raise your hands. I feel like I'm an absolute pro. I'm an absolute expert at generating my own suffering. Time and time again. And sometimes it takes me 10 times to learn. So I went to church on Sunday, and I expected those two people to be there again. Showed up. I was like thinking about everything I would say to them and how I would make them think I was cool and like the compliments I'd give them, and I was planning it all out. And as I was walking in, I was planning it out in my brain. Somebody comes up to me, completely throws me off guard. Completely. Like, he comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, hey, aren't you the lawyer that we talked about French stuff the other day?" And I was like, "What?" I am not a lawyer, and also I don't remember talking to you at all. So that completely threw me off. And, yes, Ivan, so the church that I'm referring to is not, it's the one I built this brick for, the mycelium brick. It's a church dedicated to psilocybin mushrooms. I think we were talking the other day about me enjoying this, yes. So, it's that kind of church. Take with what you will. It's not a cult. No, it's not a cult. No, it wouldn't be. There are people that have said things that are very meaningful to me in the past, and so I really want to them to like me. And so that person threw me off guard, and so I was already like, whoa, trying to reset. If you guys know or experience similar things, I don't know if you guys are introverts or extroverts, or if you struggle with like in-person social engagement like I do. It takes you a while to regulate, to come back after a kind of awkward moment, I guess, like that. Like, it just takes you a lot longer than perhaps I don't like using labels, but I get they're easier to communicate the point. So it takes people like me a lot longer to recover. And so I was sitting recovering, and people kept coming up to me and wanting to talk to me about different things. And unfortunately, I made the same mistake. I didn't pay attention to them. I didn't engage with them as deeply as I could have. Why? Because I was distracted. I didn't want to talk to those people. I want to talk to those people over there, the cool ones. Is that very nice of me? Does that reflect my values? No. Because I think that every single person has inherent value. So I just so we create our own suffering again. Ivan said, I was very socially anxious when I was young. In my 30s and 40s, I got over it. What's your secret? What did you do? Please share your wisdom if you're okay with it. I need to know. Because I'm still very much in the midst of figuring out how to get over it. Laziness and forgetfulness. Oh, okay. I guess that works. That works. Well, I think it makes sense, right? Laziness in the context of not paying so much attention, like not caring so much. And that's a good thing. Not caring so much about what people think. Yeah, I'm trying to be better, but it's hard. It's hard. There's some people like, I'm at a position in my life where I don't really know what my career path is really going to look like, and I don't really know what my life is going to look like. And so I'm trying to connect with people who I think will provide me with more opportunities to grow. And that's why I value it so much. But I wonder if I should let go of that, because it doesn't seem to be really helping me. It seems to be harming me instead. But it sounds like this is something a lot of people in their 20s go through. So luckily I'm not alone. And if you experience it too, you are not alone. Ivan said, I started dancing, among other things. Went to weird events like burlesque and sideshow. You weren't burlesque dancing, just to be clear, just dancing in a club. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks for clarifying. That would be okay if you did burlesque dancing too. I wouldn't judge you for that. I like going to burlesque shows too. I think those are really fun. We got this bar in the place where I live called Prohibition, and it's literally like Prohibition era theming, and it looks like the door to the bar is like hidden by a series of shelves, and they open it up and it's like this hidden speakeasy. Anyway. Yeah. So maybe exposure therapy is the way to go. Exposure therapy. Yeah, I think that works for sure. Yeah. That's good advice. Oh my god, oh, that's fine. We still need these. I've generally been a big fish in a small pond. I do think that was a missed opportunity. If I'd been hanging out with smarter, more ambitious folks, that might have helped me learn and achieve more. Right. Maybe. I don't know, you already kind of strike me as somebody who's achieved a lot. So, but yeah. I get that sense of not achieving enough as well. Oh, dang it. I just screwed that up. No, I screwed it up. It's fine. We're gonna redo the cake. Be okay. it goes back to that movie, The Zero Theorem, where it's like hoping that somebody will tell me what to do, you know? Tell me what my purpose is. Tell me what my career path's gonna look like. I have moments all the time where I wish somebody would just tell me. Just tell me. I'll do it. Whatever you ask, I'll do it. But I don't know if that's right. Why did I bring up that film? Oh, we were talking about earlier. So, have you seen that movie before? It's a very strange movie, very surreal movie. Here. It's this one. What? You saw it too? That's crazy. I saw it yesterday. What? I guess we have the same algorithm. What did you think of it? Yeah, I just saw it. You wanted to see it for like a decade and you finally saw it. Some people don't like it. I personally liked it. I think I was in the right headspace to see it. And that helped. I think you have to be in the right mindset. And yesterday, because I was going through all this existential turmoil, I needed something to show me that somebody else goes through these same things. Yeah, there's a lot of symbolism for sure. Yeah, it's hard to wrap your brain around what, especially the ending. Yeah, especially the ending. The ending is very ambiguous. Sorry, spoilers for anybody who's not seen it yet. Yeah, I saw the ending and I was like, wait, what? I think I understand. Okay, so anybody who doesn't want spoilers, plug your ears for 3 minutes, okay? Leave the chat for 3 minutes. I assumed it related to Camus and absurdism. I need to do some more investigations of Camus. Refly, I'm gonna spoil that movie I was talking about earlier, The Zero Theorem, the one that's kind of like Brazil. Is that in the ballpark of like, we must imagine Sisyphus happy? Is that it? Hits the mute button. Yes, mute it. Mute it right now. No, but the ending, I want to think that the ending symbolized that the protagonist embraced that there was no answer. There was no call. It is the void. At first I was like, wait, is he? At first I was actually pissed because I thought that he chose death. He chose to be consumed by the black void, the black hole, I mean, and cease to exist. I don't think that's what the point was. I think the point is that he chose to accept that there isn't an answer and there isn't a purpose. And he chose to accept that finite finitude is what drives life. And that's why the sunset, because earlier they referenced how the sun never sets and therefore that realm was fake. But in the very end, the sun set. So it kind of represented the finite nature of existence and the beauty in that, I guess. The beauty in having things end. In the ballpark. Not an area that I know much about. Oh, that's okay. Me neither. Me neither. And then absurdism, I'm also not super familiar with, but the movie is definitely very absurd. Existentialism is the idea that we make our own meaning. Right. Oh, yes. Yes. And that's kind of what it was Do you think that was what it was about? I mean, that's kind of what I thought. Although, would it have been better if he had... Absurdism is the claim that this is sort of fake and we should lean into the absurdity. Ah, okay. Ah, so the existential approach would have been for him to go with the woman who invited him to go, to just leave, and she was like, I've packed everything in my van, let's just go, we'll make our own meaning. And it seems like he didn't choose that option. She seemed nice. Yeah, I know. She was very nice. Oh, I liked her. And then absurdism is the claim this is sort of fake and we should lean into the absurdity. And so maybe the end was him just leaning into the absurdity. So interesting. Anyway, well, I'm glad you hopefully got some meaning from it. I certainly did. Okay, shall we end the spoiler talk so we can invite other people back? Refly. It's mostly just refly. There. But that's cool. We watched the same movie within like a pretty similar span of each other. Anyway, I'll need to tune into more of your streams, Ivan, because I feel like you explain a lot of these more difficult scientific topics in a way that are easier to understand. I especially enjoy like visuals. You talked about it on the stream the week before. I need to check that out then. As long as the VOD is still there, I'll be sure to check that out. But yeah. You don't say VOD. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. It's just like life. If you miss out, you miss out. And I missed out. So that makes all your streams so much more valuable, right? Oh, I saved them to YouTube, but I haven't started publishing yet. How long have you been streaming for? About 2 years. Oh, nice. Yeah, you seem to be very experienced. I thought it would last 6 weeks. Well, I mean, yeah. It seems like you've cultivated a community that's really interested in talking about things with you. I noticed the energy was very high. Like people were having side conversations and debates, and like, you know, that's what being a good streamer is all about, is like cultivating a community that wants to engage with each other every week and like looks forward to just like sharing whatever ideas, you know, maybe if you don't even get to the topic that you were planning about talking about, because everybody wants to yap about other things with you. Yeah, that's the ideal. I hope that it's enjoyable for you. Seems like it is if you've been doing it for 2 years. I like to lure people in talking about perennial topics. Be right back. I'm gonna Google that. I'm sorry. My language abilities are lasting or existing for a long or apparently infinite time, enduring or continually recurring. Yes. Yes. it's interesting. Sometimes I feel like the more I delve into more, and this just might be me, but delving into more like right brain, and I know that left brain and right brain is a myth or whatever, but it's helpful to understand what I'm trying to communicate. More like emotional, spiritual type of endeavors. Because I started out in like science realm, right? And I started out very thinking about things very analytically and logically. The more I try and lean into this right brain stuff, the less I'm able to communicate. Through language, I mean. I don't know, I don't know if there's a connection there. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I think it's because in order to tap into a more emotional side of myself, I have to tap into a stream of consciousness side of myself. And if you're pulling from your stream of consciousness, you don't have time to think about vocabulary. And I think that has benefits, and I think that has drawbacks. Right? Because like right now you're asking me what I mean by that. And that's exactly the point, right? Because when I go into stream of consciousness, saying whatever's on my mind, I'm not really caring about the intention of what my language is trying to communicate, right? I'm not thinking, and that's where I find the value a lot in people who choose their words carefully, because I think they're doing it for other people. I don't think they're doing it, I mean, maybe there's a bit of ego in there of like, I want to make sure that I'm understood. But it's also a component of, I want to make sure other people understand me. I want to make sure that if I use the most precise language possible, that they, they get what I'm saying. Oh, I lost. We're going to try again. What do I mean by right brain? I mean, behavior hacks? I mean, for some reason I associate a lot of my social anxiety with the more logical, scientific aspect of my personality. Like, and maybe that's just me associating things, because I made the shift from doing like biological research and like wanting to be really smart and have people think I have a massive IQ or something. I don't know. Like, I transitioned from that, and I associate that with perfectionism, because I have to have everything be right. And I feel like that's kind of a scientific approach to things, is more about like being right, because there's only one right answer. There's only one right answer when you approach things scientifically. And so when I'm talking about like right brain, creativity, more like spontaneous, whatever comes to mind, it comes to mind. I don't know if that makes sense. I might just be rambling, honestly, and that's fine. we love rambling. Values. Yeah, maybe values has a component to it. That's interesting to pick it apart. You said something in your stream on Saturday that really made me think. You said, and this might be unrelated to you, but it's related to me. You said something about how psychedelics, they might not necessarily be showing you new data. They might just be making the data that's already there seem much more valuable and important. So that when you said values, that's kind of what made me think about that, because I didn't think about it in that way. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not seeing anything new. And I think you're right. I'm not seeing anything new. I'm just attaching more value to something that I didn't attach value to previously. Or I'm just paying attention to something more than I didn't pay attention to previously. And so, salience is the word you used. The quality of being particularly noticeable or important. Prominence. Okay, yes. Right. Yeah, okay. Okay, I have a question. So I think salience is important in understanding phenomenal consciousness. Right. Well, and I have a question for you kind of about that, kind of related. Do you ever feel like you only approach things from one, like you're only ever approaching things from one angle, if that makes sense? Like, are there, do you think there's other, because I'm just trying to find the best way to think about things. And I want to incorporate both. I want to incorporate everything, like the scientific, the spiritual, all of it together. But some people tend to just prefer one or the other. And I wonder, like, do you ever feel like you're limiting yourself? I don't know what the right answer. Maybe I'm limiting myself by not delving deeper into one area. Because I'm choosing all of it at once, and so there's maybe I'm getting things convoluted in my brain. What is this phenomenal consciousness? Oh, the feeling of what it's like to be you. Right. See, and that's so interesting. I think that's a great contrast between you and me, Ivan. Because Ivan, you say phenomenal consciousness, and what I would probably say is the feeling of what it's like to be me. I mean, one of us is much more efficient. Okay, I think this is what it is. You are much more efficient with your communication. I need to use a lot more words to get to my point, and I don't always get my point across the way I wanted to. But at least I don't have to expend the mental effort of I'm lazy. I'm lazy. In the last 4 years, I've been looking for ways to increase the sense of meaning in my life without compromising my rationality. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting you mentioned that. Yes, okay, so without compromising. Because I've delved in, I jumped into it head first. I abandoned everything. I was like, I abandoned this way of thinking, this analytical way of thinking. Goodbye. And part of me now is having a little bit of regret for doing that because I don't know, I think I'm a little bit too open. I'm a little bit too scattered all over the place, right? So I think it's good, it's good to have one line of thinking, or like one framework that you keep consistent. That makes sense. Oh, well, that's just because I've been arguing with the internet about this for years. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Sometimes you just get tired of miscommunicating. Yeah. Well, you know about the meme, right? About Jordan Peterson being like, what do you mean by this? You say one sentence and it's like, what do you mean by this word? What do you mean by this word? What do you mean by this word? So it can get excessive, but I do definitely see the value in it. I'm gonna try and, you know about it. Okay. Sometimes I see people do it and I just laugh in my, sometimes I laugh out loud and sometimes I laugh in my brain because I see it happen in real time. You never like that, dude. Yeah, me neither. Not a fan. I'm a fan of people who don't hold themselves to too high of a pedestal. I'm a fan of people who don't see their way as the only way. I'm a fan of people who approach things from curiosity, a standpoint of curiosity, rather than, here, I've received all this enlightenment and let me now distribute it to you. We were browsing through Amazon Prime last night looking for something to watch. We came across Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is somebody who rose me as one of those people who's like, yes, I have all the answers, please come to me. And I know that's like his brand or whatever. But there's tons of people like that. Plenty of people. I mean, I feel like it's really easy to get into that standpoint of searching for knowledge, finding knowledge, and then stopping and being like, now I know everything, and I will tell everybody the way. The one way. And that's why, but that's why I liked your stream too, because you seem to approach things more of a, scientific approach. And you mentioned something about how do we avoid science becoming subjective, right? And I was thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, every time I've come up with a scientific study, come up with a hypothesis, right? That's me pulling something out of my ass. That's something that I'm super biased about. I'm guessing something about my environment and I want to test it, but it has bias in it. How do we remedy that? We have peer review. How do we get closer to more objective reality? We have people do it over and over. We have other people with their bias try and do the same thing. You just saw me. I just exposed myself. You know I'm Googling that. I'm sorry. I don't speak the same language as you. Oh, randomized controlled trials. Absolutely. I know what that is. Yes. Right, but you seem to take the similar approach where it's let's unpack this. Let's get everyone to weigh in. And I feel the more people you get to weigh in on something, when you include people in that process, instead of just being I'm the person that has all the knowledge, let me disseminate it for you. you have knowledge, and that's fine. You can have wisdom, and you can have expertise, and you can kind of insert that in at certain points. But a lot of it's about, I think, also just gathering a lot of different people's perspectives, if that makes sense. I think when you open your thinking so people can see you trying to solve something, they generally want to help in a pro-social way. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, people love being a part of things. I certainly do. I love being a part of something. I love being included. Years of tech support taught me that. If Refly's still here, he probably knows about that. He helps people with tech support all the time. He expresses a lot of frustration from that too. If people think you're reading from a script, it drives them nuts. Oh, absolutely. As somebody on the other end as somebody who needs the tech support, it drives me insane. Yeah, absolutely. When I can tell that the person, because it makes me feel like I'm stupid, and they think I'm stupid if you go off of a script. But if you involve them in the process, then I don't know. But then they also like take ownership of it. When you involve people in something, they take ownership, and then it makes them want to. It like challenges them to like give their honest opinions and give their honest, like give it an honest attempt. Okay, let's see. There. Okay. After this level, I'm gonna go through some memes. I think it's time for a meme break pretty soon. Are those cakes for their dogs? Perhaps. I'm not sure. Yeah, the dog bone shaped cake. Everybody wants the same shape. There's a lot of levels like that where everybody just wants the same shape, so you just keep. I think I actually prefer this kind of level, honestly. It requires less brain power. This is my kind of game. I like putting a stream on in the background. Just kind of playing this for some nice dopamine boosts. And then it's also a good game for streaming, in my opinion, because I don't have to think too much on the game. I'd rather spend time thinking about yapping with people. The time that I tried to play a game for the game, it's always ended badly, especially when I tried to play Crash Bandicoot. Oh my god. That was an absolute nightmare. Okay, the last of the cakes. We're almost done. Oh, he's angry. No, don't be angry. think he's gonna want another cake. He usually wants like 2 or 3. Yep, okay. Okay, let's see. What else did I do this weekend? No, mostly suffer. That's what we did. We mostly suffered this weekend. That's okay. I like suffering. I'm a masochist. I am a masochist. I like suffering. Maybe not the process of suffering, but when you come out on the other end of it, then I like it. Nice. We made it. Okay. I think it's time for a meme break.
We live in an eternal now. You've got all the time in the world because you've got all the time there is, which is now.
Practicing Buddhists when they have to place attachments in an email. I'm supposed to be free from attachments. No. I got all my memes from r/Buddhist memes. Not that I subscribe to Buddhism per se, but I do like borrowing a lot of philosophical ideas from Buddhism. We love Eastern religions. I was looking back at my books. I don't have anything about Buddhism. I mean, I think Alan Watts' book is mostly about Hindu philosophy. Oh, you know what? I had a few passages marked from his book. Maybe I'll read those later. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll be reading that later. Anyway. You're welcome, everyone. You just won the game. It's okay. You're free now. If anybody knows about the you just lost the game bullshit, that might be, I don't know, that might just be a millennial thing, like a millennial Gen Z thing, but I remember getting so upset at my friends for that stupid ass, you just lost the game. Well, you know what? You won the game. It's over. You can free that mental burden. You never have to experience it again. You're welcome. You're free. What do people comment? Thank you. I've been playing for over 15 years. That's literally me too. But there is no you. So what game and what win and what play and what free? Oh, get out of here, shining water. Ruining my fun. No. 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 Let us have fun, please. We don't need to talk about that. There's no. Appearances are nothing more than radiant manifestations of emptiness. This is one of those things where I'm not sure if I fully agree with the Buddhist interpretation of the self. The same way with kind of the Hindu interpretation, where at your core there's kind of nothing. I don't know. It's incredibly sad. I don't know. I guess you could view it as like, I have limitless potential. I am nothing at my core, so therefore I have limitless potential. That's an optimist way to look at it. And I like to look at it that way sometimes, but other times I'm like, I don't know if I can muster that today. But I will say this, every time in my life, like this weekend, where I tried to dedicate myself to my appearance and tried to gain what's the word? Appreciation and validation because of my appearance. All I found was nothing. I didn't find anything. It didn't bring me what I desired. So, maybe this is true. Okay. Let's read an Alan Watts, shall we? I think it's time. I think it's time to read some Alan Watts. So, this is from the book. Page 100, chapter name is The World is Your Body. Okay. Our whole knowledge of the world is, in one sense, self-knowledge. For knowing is a translation of external events into bodily processes, and especially into states of the nervous system and the brain. We know the world in terms of the body, and in accordance with its structure. Surgical alterations of the nervous system, or in all probability sense organs of a different structure than ours, give different types of perception, just as the microscope and telescope change the vision of the naked eye. Hi Dom, we're reading hi Tom. We're reading Alan Watts a little bit. Bees and other insects have, for example, Polaroid eyes, which enable them to tell the position of the sun by observing any patch of blue sky. In other words, because of the different structure of their eyes, the sky that they see is not the sky that we see. Bats and homing pigeons have sensory equipment analogous to radar. In this respect, see more reality than we do without our special instruments. From the viewpoint of your eyes, your own head seems to be an invisible blank, neither dark nor light, standing immediately behind the nearest thing you can see. But in fact, the whole field of vision out there in front is a sensation in the lower back of your head. Hi, Orange. Oh, hello, my friends. My friends are all here. I love it. We're just reading some Alan Watts to pass the time. Let me finish the passage and then we'll discuss. We'll discuss. But in fact, the whole field of vision out there in front is a sensation in the lower back of your head, where the optical centers of the brain are located. What you see out there is, immediately, how the inside of your head looks or feels. So too, everything that you hear, touch, taste, and smell is some kind of vibration interacting with your brain, which translates that vibration into what you know as light, color, sound, hardness, roughness, saltiness, heaviness, or pungence. Apart from your brain, all these vibrations could be like the sound of one hand clapping, or of sticks playing on a skinless drum. Apart from your brain, or some brain, the world is devoid of light, heat, weight, solidity, motion, space, time, or any other imaginable feature. All these phenomena are interactions, or transactions, or vibrations with a certain arrangement of neurons. Thus, vibrations of light and heat from the sun do not actually become light or heat until they interact with a living organism, just as no light beams are visible in space unless reflected by particles of atmosphere or dust. In other words, it takes two to make anything happen. As we saw, a single ball in space has no motion, whereas two balls give the possibility of linear motion, 3 balls motion in a plane, and 4 balls motion in 3 dimensions. I think this is really interesting because it kind of talks about I know, right? It kind of talks about how our body is the only way we are able to interface with reality. And so going back to this meme, if we look at it from a Hindu, so obviously this is Buddhist memes, but from a Hindu perspective, they would say your body is, it's kind of like an algorithm, kind of like an instrument that is played by the universal consciousness, the force of life that moves through everything and gives life to things, which is interesting. Light mechanics are so trippy. Yeah, I know, right? Oh shit, my laundry just went off. Okay, now we're gonna listen to a 2-minute long song. We'll just sit here in silence, like, I'll wait. Okay, it's done. The song of clean clothes. Every time. Okay. Dom says, your meme reminds me of Tibet stuff. I'm still trying to understand the inseparability of form and emptiness. I know. Me too. Because emptiness, right? Is it emptiness really? Because it feels like it's something. It's yes, Refly, you can unmute. Welcome back. You can unmute. We're finished. We're talking about emptiness, being empty inside. No, but there is something that is coming through you and through all living beings and expressing itself. And because you have your it's so difficult to understand. I'm barely understanding, grasping it. But if you imagine like in a room with all black walls and items in the room, you can imagine your consciousness as the light that like a lamp or something, or the sun that shines in there. And our body would be like, how would our body fit in that analogy? I don't know. But the consciousness is what illuminates the items in the room. So let's say there's a chair in the room. Right. So if there's nothing in the room, so there's no thoughts, there's no perceptions, there's no emotions to be seen, the light is still shining, right? So the consciousness is still there, but there's nothing to be seen. She says, do not unmute yet. How dare you, Orange? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'll wait for the thumbs up signal. No, he's not allowed to come back. So Dom says, something like all forms are empty and emptiness can only be expressed through form. Right. Can someone please just tell me the answer? For fuck's sake, I'm tired. I want to know the answer. I don't know. This is, yeah. Existential turmoil is truly, physicalism is the, somebody came through with the answer. Thank you, Ivan. We will be looking at what this is. The doctrine that the real world consists simply of the physical world. Everything is, Ivan, I don't know. There's nothing over and above the physical, but isn't the counter argument qualia? I think I know what that means. Somebody explained it to me at one point. What about the characteristics of things that are beyond the physical? What about the subjective characteristics of things? How do we know? How do we? And that's where salience comes in. Okay. I see. Dom says, easiest definition is experience is empty of a self, but it seems like a very broad topic. Well, I mean, there's a reason why there's so many books on this topic. There's so many perspectives. There's entire religions about it. I see. Okay, this is where salience comes in. Okay. And salience is, yes, prominence. Yes, okay. When things are more prominent than others. So when you perceive something as meaningful, it's because something is more prominent than another thing. The premise of the qualia argument is that qualia are not functional, not explained by the function of the brain. Yes, like, I remember the story of the person in a room with language. It's crazy how quickly these things fade out of my memory. I think we agree that they're... Oh, yes. A characteristic of red. So if you were to teach... if you were to teach an AI or, like, somebody who didn't know, like a blind person, about red, all the different characteristics, even if we had the perfect language, like what Wittgenstein intended... So if we used the absolute perfect language to describe it, it would still be missing something. And even if they had all the components, but if they don't have the physical, if they don't have the experience of having seen red before, then they're missing a certain bit of information. Dom says, my teacher was saying you should meditate on phenomena as having no characteristics, and any perceived characteristic is just a mesh of fabricated concepts. Wow. For some reason my brain's having a really hard time wrapping around this today. Ivan said, but as Dan Dennett points out, we need to subtract out of this experience those parts that are functionally explained by the physical brain. The physical brain does several things: association, identification, and salience judgment. So when you look at something red, why does it feel like anything? I mean, when I look at red, I'm obviously impacted by my biases and my personality and my opinions and so that has an influence. And going back to the world of psychedelics, so as someone who personally has had experience with psychedelics, it seems like it definitely works in this realm of making you see colors and perceptions and sense things differently. And so it seems to be... It seems to operate in that dimension of changing the way I feel about colors. And so, therefore, I feel like I can perceive different dimensions of colors that didn't exist previously. But that could just be... So the interesting thing with psychedelics and colors is that I've thought about it really, really hard, because when I'm having that experience, it's almost as if everything has like a rainbow quality to it. It really does. Like everything, it feels like the colors have more dimension. And I'm wondering if the filters that normally our adult brain would put on color. I mean, if you like, here. I mean, it's already a known thing that... here, let me find a good... wonder if this is a... I don't know if this is a good source. Ivan is better at finding good sources than I am. But, like, where children seeing a brighter color... So... seeing brighter colors than adults, for example. Scientists at University College London have found that children younger than 12 do not combine different sensory information to make sense of the world as adults do. But if you've seen a picture between, like, the child's version is much more bright and vibrant, and the adult's version is much more dull. And so, from my own subjective experience or my own intuitive experience, it seems to me like all I'm doing is I'm just, because like when you see a color, right, you see the color orange, or let's do a more basic, or the color orange. The reason why you see orange is because the properties of the actual thing are reflecting back to you more orange than any other color. They're reflecting back to you all the colors, is my understanding. All the colors are being reflected, but it's primarily orange that's being reflected back. And so I wonder if it's like you're just not filtering out the other colors as much as you would. Because our brains are so complex, we probably have the capability to see a lot more. But as we grow into adults, that becomes more and more unnecessary, right? To see things as vibrantly or as, and so it's kind of like we prune off what's not needed in order to be more practical. Dom says, I think it is an extreme Mahayana view. I believe that that's most of his background. Hard to harmonize with the three characteristics, which I keep going on about, but I think the idea is that even these could be destructed and are not 100% applicable. Ivan said, subconsciously you're associating it with other stuff. Blood, strawberries, love hearts, stoplights. Well, all those associations must be subtracted out because they are functional aspects of what the brain does. I wonder if that relates to what I was saying earlier about, because it's functional. As we grow into adults, we need to be more functional with how we use our brain. Oren said, isn't feeling just a side effect of our brain's realization of consciousness? My brain's working in overdrive right now. Okay. Ivan also said, without that association, why care or feel more about red or green? Without those associations of blood and right, because you see it like in Chinese culture, for example, like the Chinese stock market. If you see a picture, red. And I don't know, they might have shifted now to westernize things, but in the past, red has been associated with growth and green has been associated with loss. Because red in Chinese culture is more of a symbol of vitality and blood. Blood in a good way, because blood is vitality, blood is life. And so... I'm sorry, I've snoozed the ads 3 times, so there's going to be ads. I'm sorry. So when the stock market goes up, it's red. When it goes down, it's green. So red, good. Green, bad. But in the Western world, it's the opposite. So yeah, I see what you're saying about those associations. Ivan said, personally, when I introspect in this way, the world starts to feel like a paint by numbers picture. That's an interesting analogy. Still, colors seem interesting and stimulating, great, but the brain also measures salience, interestingness. Colors draw attention, just like... No, you don't have to apologize for the essay. I love reading your opinions. The brain also measures salience interestingness. Colors draw attention just like they did for our monkey ancestors. Right, because if you think about the biological explanation, I mean, what I learned in my biology class is like, in order to perceive fruit, like red fruit, or, fruit tends to be more colorful, and so we need to pick that apart. We need to, in order to find food. If colors were not interesting, we wouldn't be conscious of them. Yes, exactly. If they, I think I get what you're saying. Like, if they weren't helpful and useful, if they weren't helpful and useful, then why would we need to perceive them? Similarly to like, why are bees able to see in a different? I can't remember if it's ultraviolet or infrared. But one of those. But the reason why they're able to see in that spectrum is because it helps them find the flowers. UV. Oh, okay, yes. It helps them find the flowers. Okay, while the ads are going, okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get some more tea. So all right, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for being here still, even with the ads. All right, listen up, atheists. Listen up, atheists. I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Refly doesn't get ads? What? So, my question is, with all this in mind, because it seems like a lot of you are in agreement, and that's great. Did you grow up disappointed? Did you grow up disappointed by life? Because I certainly did. Did you grow up and ask yourself, where's the magic? What happened? You know, like, I don't know, like, this is what I feel like a lot of people express. And it's mostly for people who grew up religious and are, you know, taught about certain stories of moreness. There's moreness, and it's waiting for you. After this, it might not be available to you here, but it will be available to you after you die. And you experience little tastes of it, you know, when you experience the Holy Ghost, for example. So, do you ever find science to be disappointing? Or do you ever wish that there could be something more? Any particular kind of magic you were expecting? I guess just more. Like, that's the only word I can come up with. Something else. Something that just defies expectation. Something that you can't explain away with science. You can't explain it away. You can't rationalize it. It doesn't make sense, right? Because I feel like the more I investigate, the more there's an explanation for everything. And the more I find explanations for everything, the more I'm disappointed. I want something that defies answerability. I want a phenomena to happen that I look at that and I'm like, whoa, I didn't expect that to happen. That came out of, you know, that's why I end up going the route of partaking in psychedelics, because I had heard so much, and that's why I go to that church that's around the worship of the divine. The church is called the Divine Assembly. Unfortunately, I'm kind of the outlier because everybody else in the church seems to believe in the divine, the existence of that. And they perhaps have experiences with spirit teachers and seeing into other dimensions. And I don't, maybe I get something that looks like that, kind of. But then later on, especially when I'm sober, I come back and I'm like, I think you were just hallucinating. I think I was just, my brain was a little bit mixed up a little bit. And that's all it was. It wasn't anything more than that. And that's disappointing. I literally, when I tell you, I sat in my bathtub with the candles after learning about candle gazing and how you could gaze into the light of a candle. And eventually you'd start to see a figure in the candle, and eventually maybe that figure would become your spirit guide, and you'd start to be transported into a different realm. I sat in my bathtub and I stared for hours, and I leaned into it so hard, and I, show me, and you can't force that stuff. You can't. It doesn't happen. Ivan said I was atheist by the time I was 12 or so, and probably agnostic before that. I wish I could build the warp drive or a TARDIS. Oh yeah, time travel, that would be awesome. Right. Science can still be magical. It can. You're right. I need to And the other weekend I was saying this, I was like, okay, maybe magic doesn't exist in the way I thought it did. And that's going to be okay. Sometimes I'm okay with that answer, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not okay with it. I'm like, you know what? No, I want to see something levitate, or I want to see something I can't explain. I want that. But other times I'm like, wow, I experienced somebody singing and it was so beautiful and meaningful that I believe in magic. I want to be a Jedi. Exactly. Or a Falun Gong practitioner. I was reading the Falun Gong. I wonder if I still have the link to that. This is gonna prevent me from being able to re-enter China if I do that. It's fine. So there's this book, and actually it's interesting. My brother-in-law is a practitioner of this, and he shared with me the book of their practice. And according to the practitioner, I wonder if I can find the actual. It's like a special link. It's a special link. Is this gonna? Am I allowed to talk about this on Twitch or no? Okay, I'll exit out. But anyway, it was a special link to like a special book, so you know you're gonna get the good stuff. He sent it to me, and I was like, okay, I'll read it. And it basically talks about how if you practice it correctly, you can walk through walls. You can walk through walls, and it tells stories of people who are able to do that. At one point, I did actually want to believe that. I did. I wanted to believe that was possible. Although I think that you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very careful. Because unfortunately, people who want to believe in magic, there are a lot of people out there who will capitalize on that and abuse that and take advantage of you. So, because because meaning and purpose is such a important thing to a lot of people, you have to be extra vigilant, right? When you're reading a piece of media, when you're listening to when you're reading a book by a specific guru, or you're learning some spiritual information, you have to ask yourself, why would this person tell me this? Why are they trying to get me to, what are they trying to get me to do? What's the point of them telling me what abilities I can unlock? What do they want from me? You know? Ask yourself these questions. So I asked myself those questions, and I concluded that I concluded that those things were probably not, the intentions were probably not right. So I didn't continue with my exploration of Falun Gong, but my brother-in-law seems to really enjoy it, so whatever. As long as you're not harming people, you know? Don't harm people. And don't take advantage of people. Besides that, everything's free game. Refly said, the fact that this is all possible without some god entity makes it even more impressive. Yeah, I know. I think it really has to do with the fact that I grew up a certain way, and I grew up with a certain expectation, and now that expectation has been removed, I don't allow myself to pay attention to things like that. But I'm trying to pay more attention to the miracle of life. And I think the more self-exploration you do, the more you discover all that you're capable of. Oh, I'm not even done with the flower shop. Oh, I could have been doing this the whole time. That's okay, we're gonna do it now. That's alright. The time is right for me to do it right now. Yeah, Refly's hinting at something. He's hinting at real magic. That we definitely don't appreciate enough, and I definitely don't. But I think it's okay to be disappointed, is what I'm trying to say. It's okay to be disappointed. Especially if you're led to believe one thing and it ended up not working out. It's like learning that Santa isn't real. Ooh, sorry, spoiler alert. I'm sorry. Oh no, and it's almost Christmas too. How dare I leak this information? I hope you all knew that. If you didn't, I sincerely apologize. Collect my Nobel Prize on the other side. The Holy Ghost. This is real men who stare at ghosts. Wait, what is men who stare at ghosts? What is this? Oh, it's a movie. Satirical black comedy war film. Oh. In a short prelude, U.S. Army general is painfully thwarted in an attempt to pass paranormally through a solid wall by running into it. What? Okay, maybe I should check this out. It's got George Clooney, Jeff Bridges, Ewan McGregor, starring Goat. What the fuck? Look, it literally says George Clooney, Jeff Bridges, Ewan McGregor, Kevin Spacey, Goat. Nice. That's funny. I love that. Oh, we love the hippie. The hippie just wants anything. He'll take anything. I think part of what spiritualism and religion brings is aspirational identity. An identity based on who you want to be. For me, it's about epistemic rationality, knowing what is true. Identity. Right. Well, Ivan, we were discussing this a while ago, but I think there's also a component of submission. No, not submission. Not good word. Bad word. Better word is a component of I can't think of a better word than submission. Of letting go of the control. Letting go of control. I'm actively in spiritual spaces with people who genuinely are very spiritual people. And what's been communicated to me is a lot of receiving inputs from external sources, or no, a lot of like intuition, and a lot of like answers. So I had somebody mention to me, they were like, you should start looking up the spiritual explanations for things. You know, you can look that up, right? Like, for example, if I have a stomach ache, I can look up the spiritual example of that. Oh, a great example would be Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine. That's a great example of spirituality and how that affects like your internal condition, because feng shui has a big influence on that as well, like the organizations of things around your house. It's all about the movement of qi, which is I guess you could think of it as energy. And so things in your external environment have an impact on your internal environment. And so, like, for example, if I had a cactus behind me, that would be bad because the cactus has these pointy spines that stick out, and that is what that is doing is subconsciously it's invading my space. I feel like spirituality works a lot in the realm of subconscious. To understand it in a more scientific or realm explanation, I would say subconscious, how things impact you subconsciously. What a spiritual person would probably tell you is it's how other forces other than your own impact you. Maybe that makes sense, maybe it doesn't. Like, some of the most spiritually meaningful experiences I've had is when I've lost my sense of self and given way to some external, what I perceive to be external forces. So I guess I have seen magic or experienced magic in the realm I was discussing before. And maybe there's a faith component to it, right? I'm choosing to believe in what in an explanation for what happened. Like, my most meaningful spiritual experience was at one point where I was doing yoga and I was getting just really overwhelmed, and I eventually laid down on the ground, just laid down flat. And I felt myself lose control of my breath. Like, my executive functioning could not control how I was breathing. And I felt this force come and breathe through me. I was still aware of everything going on, but I wasn't the one controlling my breath. You know how, like, when you're thinking about your breathing, you suddenly start, oh yeah, I'm breathing. You pay attention to it, right? You can't simultaneously pay attention to your breathing when it's happening without also controlling it consciously, right? Well, I'm saying in this case, that's not what happened. I was aware that I was breathing, but it wasn't me doing it, which I thought was really interesting. So there was an element of submission to an element of letting go of whatever my sense of self is. Refly said, I'm aware of my breathing without controlling it now. Another one for Faith. Are you though? Is that possible, really? The second that you start thinking about yourself breathing, you are consciously doing it yourself, controlling it. Right? I think so. Okay, if you're not doing that, that's crazy. You must have really good experience at zoning out. Oh. Okay. Well, a lot of it has to do with subjective experience, so that may be true for you, but in the realm of spirituality, I think it's looking a lot at your own experience and, like, and comparing things with what you're used to and whether or not, I don't know if that makes sense. High fives. It's just called being a man. Oh, okay. Sure, I'll take that explanation, I guess. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Well, you got me there. I don't know what it's like to be a man, so there you go. You got me. As long as someone or thing is breathing for you, you'll be fine. Yeah. Twitch has a Carl emote? Ah, yes. That's the one that Refly uses all the time. I'm not sure what that's from. I'm glad that you know the reference, Ivan. That's like Refly's favorite emoji. Yeah. But don't you guys feel like all we're really doing is just distracting ourselves? Distracting ourselves from the unanswerable questions. I mean, you might spend the work on an unanswerable question for a while. Spend some rigorous work. Then eventually you get distracted. Maybe that's a grace provided to us humans by whatever force there is that created us, or just biology. A grace built into our biology. The fact that we become distracted so easily. Like, ooh, you see a pretty woman walk past, you're like, ooh, wow, that's distracting. Refly said there used to be a 24/7, 365 Carl Sagan stream. Ah, okay, that's the person's name. Who is Carl Sagan? American astronomer, planetary science, and science communicator who played a key role in the American space program. You guys already know this, but I'm just reading it out loud anyway. I'm sorry. Oh, God. How did I make it this far? I don't know. We love the American education system. We love the American education system. Actually, you know what, Refly? I think this is hilarious. I think in the beginning of when you were coming into my streams, you also mentioned Carl Sagan to me, and I read about him. I instantly forgot. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, there's only so much information my brain can hold at one time. I don't know. Ivan said, if I knew a question was unanswerable, I wouldn't feel bad about not answering it. So you're saying there is an answer. We just don't know it. Here's an interesting thing I was thinking about. I was thinking about AI and answerability. Oh, yes. Why is there something rather than nothing? There can be no answer. Any answer would be a something. Well, I think that's the Zero Theorem, right? That we were talking about earlier. That's literally the theorem that they were trying to, right? 100 must equal 0. Or 0 must equal 100. So, in relation to this, I was thinking about AI and how I think one of the dangers with AI and technology is that the thing about objective reality. So, like, my understanding is that they try and interpret objective reality or find answers, objective answers, or as close to them as we could find. Anyway, what that means is there is one right answer, and every time in science, that's what you do. You always disprove things because it's easier than proving a one right answer. And so with AI, it comes in and, I mean, it's all these fucking ones and zeros. And what if AI eventually tries to find the one answer, like one to like the purpose of humans, and right, and I feel like technology, you can kind of think of it like Star Wars, like a Sith. A Sith only deals in absolutes. Technology is Sith in nature. I believe that. AI, technology, Sith. Because it's either something or it's nothing. You have a computer, right? You got all the ones and zeros. Okay, one of the computer people in the chat is probably going to get mad at me for saying this, because I'm probably going to be incorrect, but you got all the ones and zeros. Perhaps you have like one and zero out of place. The whole system just fucking collapses. It's like, oh, we're broken now. Whereas you look at goated humans, goated biological beings. We have one thing go wrong all the freaking time. One thing goes wrong in our body literally constantly. It takes many, many things to go wrong in our system to actually experience something systemically wrong. And so, like, AI deals in absolutes, right? So what if, I think that eventually it's going to reach an answer of, okay, yeah, humans, there is no point to them being here. And so, you know what? We're going to get rid of them. Because it deals in absolute, there's no nuance to anything. Right? That's the only answer it could ever come up with, right? It's either one or the other. It's either existence or non-existence. It's either life or death. I feel like it's going to come up with death every single time. So, I don't like AI. I like technology, but I don't like AI because I fear that is what it will show us. It will distract us from the value of imperfection, because it really is man's pursuit of perfection. It's like, do we really want perfection? Honest, do we want? No. What perfection is, one thing goes wrong, die. Anyways, I'm just rambling. I'm just yapping. I was talking with my husband about it the other day, and we were going like down a really long rabbit hole, because he's super into AI, but he also is very skeptical of it. I fucking detest AI. I'm gonna be honest, but it's okay if you like it. It's fine. We are accepting of all here. If you like AI, if you don't like AI, you're welcome here. Oh, congratulations, Chozo. Holy shit, 20 streams? Wow. Round of applause for Chozo.
Yes!
Yes! Thank you, Chozo. I love seeing you. I love seeing you. Claps. Oh, thank you for the claps, Orange. The 1 and the 0, yeah. The 1. Wait, are you judging me, Refly? Star Wars, we're Star Trek men. Oh my god. Oh no. That's okay. You know what? I studied international relations for a reason. And the reason is that I love engaging with people who are very different than me. That's why I'm married that's why I love being married to somebody who's culturally very different from me. Chinese American. I love the contrast. I love the new perspectives it brings. It's challenging. Oh boy, is it challenging. It is very, beyond challenging, but it's super rewarding. So that's okay that you're Star Trek men. I've never seen Star Trek. I've seen the Chris Pine Star Trek because I thought Chris Pine was hot. And that's the only reason. That's the only... I'm gonna be honest with you, that was the only reason. I'm so sorry. I just offended everybody in my chat. I'm so... Oh... It's okay. Everybody's like, and I took that personally. Orange asked, are you still the same you if I swap a single neuron in your brain? I mean, isn't that what psychedelics do, right? They swap, okay. It's not like, because we're like, okay. I don't have a complex enough understanding of neuroscience, but what I do know is that we're constantly building, and neurons are constantly being generated and destroyed and dying. Neurogenesis is a thing. I mean, if you eat like lion's mane mushrooms, they help with neurogenesis, like growing new neurons. It's very much like a ship of Theseus type of problem. I mean, we're constantly rebuilding ourselves, right? But like psychedelics brings in an interesting dilemma because areas of the brain that we're not normally communicating, neurons that we're not normally connecting, are suddenly all connecting. And it's like areas that are not talking to each other are suddenly talking to each other. And I've asked my husband several times when I'm in that kind of state, am I still me? And every time he says yes. Maybe he's basing it off of my external appearance and my body. My body's still the same. But I kept asking him, I was like, okay, but what about my consciousness? What about my personality? Like, what about my me-ness? Is that still me? He said yes. I'm not sure what he meant, but I think it's also. Uh-oh, what episode should I watch first? Okay. All of them and the movies. That's a commitment, isn't it? There's a lot of Star Trek episodes. Oh dear. Maybe I will at one point. I think I should. It's just yeah. I wanna appreciate it. I wanna give it the love that it deserves. And I need to be ready for that. Surely not season 1. Orange said, my ex-girlfriend has a fiery personality. Oh, thank you for answering my question of the day. I love that we're returning to our question of the day. Very important. Thankfully, I never triggered it against me, but saw its flames towards others. Well, Orange, in the beginning of the stream, I was mentioning my friend who has a fiery personality. And I accidentally, I didn't accidentally. I kind of intentionally triggered it against somebody else. And I experienced a lot of regret from that. Because she was unrelenting. She was absolutely unrelenting. And I knew that. I knew she would be like that. Oh crap. I need to do this level again. Alright, maybe there's something else I can... Okay, I think if I do... What should I do? I need to utilize the TV, I think. Maybe that would be better. People aren't happy enough, that's why they're not paying enough money. Okay. Pro tip, there are some hot women in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Okay, you've piqued my interest. Okay. I am suddenly considering this even more than before. Wow. You know, I'm part of I'm part of Aristotle's community too. And his community really likes Star Trek too. I think I tapped into something. It's not a men thing though, because my husband doesn't watch Star Trek. The trippiest one for me was putting a whale in the Enterprise carrying around. I love that you guys are reminiscing about Star Trek. Ooh, what is this cake? Let me look. I'm gonna look at this cake, see what it is. Ooh, wait. That looks really flaky. Is it like kind of flaky and dry? 1,000 layers cake. Is it like crispy or is it yeah, but that looks good. Yummy. Oh my gosh, now I'm hungry. That looks delicious. Okay. Let's see. We got this. This time we're locking in. This time we got it. I thought the solution was to give 3 flowers to the hippie, but he just doesn't like to pay that much money. He's a cheapskate, unfortunately. Hi, Bunny. I'm good. How are you? How was your weekend? I had kind of an interesting weekend this weekend. A lot of self-generated suffering, but we made it. We're here. We're here, and that's all that matters, right? I think there was something Orange said that I wanted to elaborate more on. Your weekend went well, very lax with the family. That's awesome. So for people who weren't here, we were also talking about anticipation. We were talking about anticipation and how that can lead to suffering as well. Looking forward to something too much can lead to disappointment later on. I finally got my 8-year-old to watch The Land Before Time. I feel like that's a classic millennial movie. You know, I haven't actually seen that one. I should. Oh, that's okay. I'll give it to the hippie. He'll take anything. There you go. Are we gonna make it? I don't think we are. No! Dang it! I was so close, I think. You have the tree star as a tattoo on my ankle. Oh, so it's that meaningful for you. Did your 8-year-old like it? I have a lot of shows that I want to show my future kids. No, I was like 40 away. Dang it. I want to show Steven Universe to my kids. I love Steven Universe. That was like that was like one of my most... I watched it during a period of transition in my life in 2020. Because actually during 2020 a lot of things happened, obviously. I graduated, couldn't find a job, had to move back in with my parents, and so yeah, a lot of things. I actually also broke up with my boyfriend at the time, who was my husband now. Some little spicy lore. Oh yeah, I broke up with him. And we got back together, obviously. But, huge period of transition. And I think that always, I don't know. Do you guys ever feel like a piece of media, it needs to be consumed in the right, it needs to be consumed in the right mindset, in the right light. And if you don't, then you're not going to get as much value from it. The only thing value comes from is like what emotions are preparing you for, you know? Like, if I wasn't in such a big period of objectively, Steven Universe is really good. Like, people pour their whole heart and soul into the creation of it, I feel like. Character writing is good, the art is good, the music is good. But I probably wouldn't have found it as meaningful if I wasn't going through such a big change. The same thing with BoJack Horseman. I loved BoJack Horseman, and it was a great show to watch in 2020. Some people, they were too depressed. Sometimes, like, you can be too depressed to watch something, but other times you can be just the right amount of depressed. Just the right amount to watch something and have it add value. Like, just enough to relate, but not too much to be like, oh God, everything is terrible, and fall into a huge depressive spiral. So luckily I was the right amount of depressed to watch BoJack Horseman. Okay, we're gonna try one more time. We got this. The Land That Time Forgot. I haven't seen this one either. The Land That Time Forgot. Oh, it's another dinosaur movie. Wow, I have not heard of this one. I'll add it to my list. Somebody add that to the wiki. Yeah. Doug McClure had charisma. We love people with charisma. Oh yeah, he's a handsome fella. Oh yeah. That's a handsome man right there. Oh, sorry, my display capture is kind of screwed. There we go. By definition. That's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. I tend to relate a lot more to millennials. However, or like millennials and up, you know. Not instead of like with Gen Z, but I do have some Gen Z streamers that I engage with, but it's interesting. I love being a walker between worlds, really. I encourage you guys to try it out. Try and like be everything. Just be everything. Do everything. Like I like going to the Gen Z spaces, and I'll enter a Gen Zer's stream. And I mean this stereotypically, of course. But they'll be talking about things like I'll be able to utilize my how do you do? I really hope you know what? I probably give off that energy. Fuck. I'm only 27. But yeah, I'm still old, I know. I come in and I'm like I'm having to shift my brain back. He got that Riz. I'd be like I talked to a streamer. I was like, he got that Riz, or like, that was sus, or like, rip, you know. I whip out those words to show. And somebody recently taught me 6'7", the hand gesture. So I know that one too. What's your favorite brain rot soda, kids? How do you do? Oh, I didn't start clubbing until I hit my 40s. Oh. Well, there you go. It's never too late. Absolutely. And honestly, I love that. It was goth, though, so plenty of elders around. Oh, that's interesting. So, goth communities tend to have... Do they tend to have, like a wider mix of demographics? Yeah. Well, I love that for you. Yeah, who says you can't do something because you're a certain age? Get out of here. I just discovered there's a 2025 remake of this movie made right here in my hometown with amazing reviews like should have stayed forgotten. Oh no. Okay, crap. I'm gonna have to start this over. The problem is I keep yapping too much and not paying attention to my gaming. Oops, don't do that. Go back here. Okay, this time for real. I'm locking in. See? I know the Gen Z stuff. I'm locking in. All the millennials call me Gen Z and all the Gen Z people call me a millennial, so I'm neither really. I'm neither. Neither or neither? I said both. Ha! 'Cause I'm special. I think everyone who gave these 5 stars was held at gunpoint by the director. Ouch! What if somebody... What if the director and all the people working on that movie literally poured their entire heart and soul into that movie? Imagine giving something everything you have and then having somebody comment something like that. How do you hold yourself together after that? I try to be less mean in my critiques of things because I try and keep that in mind. You never know, right? I have less patience for things that obviously were not made with any soul or anything, but straddling 2 different worlds. You must choose only one. No! I refuse. You guys have any anything like that where you feel like you're in 2 different worlds? You get to experience both. I was trying... Oh, did my playlist run out? Oh my god, it did. It literally did. Okay, new copyright free music. Let's see. Or I could just start it over. You guys have heard this stupid... it's good. I love this playlist. You guys have heard this playlist probably like 10,000 times. Wait. Let me think. No, it's gonna be this again. I love this playlist. Thank you to who made this playlist. Just let the washing machine play another tune. I could do that. You're right. You're right. I should do that. Okay, wait. I'm gonna hand this to him, and we're gonna collect the money. And maybe the strategy is to get as many people through the doors as possible. Ivan said, I am elder Gen X, but I have a bunch of much younger friends and acquaintances from the goth scene and from the Ren Fair. I feel like I'm probably gonna do that too when I'm your age. Well, I mean, like, I have a friend who's in her 80s, and she has a very young I don't know, she has so much she even has more vitality in her than a lot of my 20-something friends. I love hanging out with her. Yeah. Exactly. This word. I'm assuming this means joy of life. Yes, exuberant enjoyment of life. Yep, she has that. She's like doing her balancing exercises at the senior center, showing me. She's like, it kind of scared me a little bit because I was like, "Whoa, please do not fall." But she was like showing me her balancing on one leg and like going forward, and she's trying to do that, and I don't know, like, we still relate to each other on so many different aspects of our lives and our personalities. So, yeah. They should have at least added some variety to white goods sound memes. Oh, speaking of memes, wait. Okay, after this level is done, I think I'm going to start wrapping up my stream. But let's see if I have any memes left. I think I might. I might have one meme left. One meme to end it all. I don't know why that came out of my mouth, but it did. Oh, dang it. This level is cursed. Whatever, it's fine.
We live in an eternal now. You've got all the time in the world, because you've got all the time there is, which is now.
Exactly. It's all the time there is. It's now. Okay. This is the last meme I had for today. I hope this email doesn't find you. I hope you've escaped. I hope that you're free. This is, if me, when I get a new corporate job, this is what I'm gonna say. I hope you've... I mean, this could be in the context of escaping samsara, the cycle of suffering, the cycle of reincarnation. Or it could just mean you've escaped the rat race, perhaps. Or it could just mean, I hope that you have escaped on your holiday break and are enjoying the holidays. Whatever it means, I hope it's meaningful to you. And yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me. This is a really fun stream. Great conversations. I always love seeing where it turned, like, it doesn't always, the conversation doesn't always go where I plan it to, and that's exactly what I enjoy. You never know. You never know. Thank you. Let me look and see if there's anybody to raid. 1 second. Let me see. Who can I raid? Yeah.
Reanimal.
Oh, I have many people I could raid. Oh dear. We have so many. Oh no, how do I choose? We have someone who is celebrating Yule. We have someone who is doing a holiday hoopla, whatever that is. We could raid. Okay, let's raid Duncan. Let's do it. So he's doing Wrecking Fest IRL food review. So Duncan is a very kind of surreal streamer. Okay, the ad break is gonna start. Wait, let me hurry and do it before the ads freaking start. That'd be awful. Okay, we're doing it right now. He's cool. Say hi and thank you guys. Okay. Bye. Have a good day. See you next time.
That's what we call it in Texas, if y'all don't know.